and welcome to the Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. I'm your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 244. All right, you guys. Now, this episode may seem a bit morbid, but I want to talk about it. So, I ran into someone that I have not seen in a very long time, and we were just catching up. Hey, girl, what's going on? What you been doing? And so, let them know I'm still doing my virtual assistant business, blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, okay. And I explained to her what we do and everything. She's like, you know what? I have a friend who's like a business coach or whatever, and she had a virtual assistant, but her virtual assistant died. And I was like, what? And I was interested to know, how did she find out? So she was telling me that the virtual assistant's sister sent her an email to let her know. And it got me to thinking. I was like, I need to, it's been a while since I've talked about this on the podcast. I need to talk about this, again, because, we're all everywhere, different places, away from our clients. If something happened, how would you know? And if you have a team of VAs that you work with, how would you know if something happened to them? If it were not as extreme as this, but how would you know? You might think, oh, they're just ghosting me. They're not responding to email, messages, Slack, however you guys communicate, they're not responding. So it's important that you, as a virtual assistant business owner, have a point of contact in case of emergency. And it's not so that your client says, oh, she hasn't responded to my email, let me reach out to her emergency contact. No, it's for that person, your emergency contact, to be the one to reach out to your clients to let them know what's going on so they can, figure out how to proceed. So it's not necessarily for them to be contacted, but for them to reach out. So you need someone that is your point of contact in the event something happens. This person needs to know who your clients are, how you contact them, and what you do. Like, what do you do for client A? What do you do for client B? What do you do for client C, D, E, F, so on and so forth? And it shouldn't be something they have to memorize because, it may be your husband, your mom, or best friend, sister, brother. They don't have to be interested in your business in that way. They are the person that's going to let everybody know what's going on. And it's for them to be aware of what you do for each person. So create an SOP of everything you do for all of your clients, even things that you may not even think of. You check email, you organize email, you check for comments on social media. Put everything in writing for what you do for all of your clients. And keep it somewhere. Keep it in a binder. Have it, on your bookshelf, or keep it on your computer, or have it in both places. And then make sure your point of contact knows where it is, and it should have your client's contact information. And then there should be another place that they go to access if they have to access any logins or things like that. Let's say there's an emergency with you. Like in my case, I have a team. There's an emergency. My husband reaches out to the team. Hey, this is what's going on. You guys will need to, continue doing what you're doing. Just want to let you know what's going on. So they all, know what to do. But if they didn't, I need a point of contact on the team as well, who maybe has access to all the passcodes and everything for the clients, so they know what to do. What's the process for them? How should they divide up the work, or is everything already divided so things can continue to run smoothly. This is an event of an emergency, not death, but so things can continue to run smoothly without you. In this case, with the person I haven't seen in a long time, with their friend, like they've got to find a new VA. So think about, if your client has to find somebody brand spanking new, they've been working with you for 2 years, and this happens, it would be a wonderful gift if your person, your sister, your husband, whoever, was able to say, hey, she left this for you, and send them a PDF file of her process, exactly what she does and everything, a map, a manual for the next person. What a beautiful way to say goodbye. A beautiful way to leave a lasting memory, a legacy. You just never know. I saw where someone else was sharing online that their daughter was killed in a car accident. It's like you just never know. And it's a hard topic to discuss. I get that. For me, it's always been a point of discussion growing up in my home because my dad owned a funeral home. So death was always very much a part of our life. But this, having the conversation, I just really, kind of was like, what in the world? And she was young. She was in her 40s. So anyway, that's what this podcast episode is about. So you can guess what your action item is, your takeaway is for this particular episode, is to identify your point person, let them know what you want them to do, and start working on your SOP, your statement of processes, so that it's all, mapped out. I like the idea of putting it all in a notebook somewhere on the shelf, also having a, soft copy as well to continue to add to it, and then to have one specifically for each client. So it could be, a PDF, and then if they need it, they've got it. So anyway, that's today's episode. We won't continue to dwell on this. I want you guys to all take care of yourselves as best you can. This is why it's good for us to exercise, to eat healthy as we can, to be prayerful, to stay close to the Lord, because we just never know. Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. It's also why we cannot wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. You don't want to leave this world full. Don't you want to leave empty, like where you did everything God wanted you to do, that you leave empty? You ever have like a lotion, like a small bottle of hand lotion? I will use up every ounce of lotion in the tube. I will twist, turn it, bend it, all kinds of ways until I have used every ounce of lotion in the tube. That's how you want to be in regards to living your life and living on purpose the way God wants you to, with the things he wants you to do, is let him use you, be squeezed every single way. So when the end comes, you left empty. You gave everything God asked you to give. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, so get started today. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. You have a wonderful and fantastic day.